Welcome everyone to the 79th episode of the Break Time Banter. I'm your host, Brett Erickson, and today I'm joined by a man who recently acquired a degree, a man who loves sports, and is the commissioner of my fantasy football league and my champion disc golf doubles partner. Let's go.
Let's go.
The one and only Zach Simonson.
I'm back.
Just for clarification, it's Zach Simonson.
Yeah, I don't really go by the full name.
Yeah, Zach's also not his middle name. It's not Zachary Zach.
Oh, that'd be kind of weird. I don't know if my parents would love me after that.
Just because you have a duplicate middle name. We didn't really like this child that much, so we just gave him a weird middle name. But anyways, it's great to have Zach back on.
I'm glad to be back.
In the episode list, you're not that far back.
I'm not.
I just haven't recorded as much. So
I think the last time I think I was with Grant, and that might have been right before he was leaving for Hawaii, I think
so. And now he's back.
Which
so he was on the last episode. So yeah, but Zach and I, like we said, he's got a degree now. He's the fantasy football commissioner.
I'm a bachelor for life.
Bachelor for life. He and I were a doubles partner for FLBC Alumni Disc Golf Tournament.
We took over that thing.
That was fun. That was a fun tourney. I don't know if we've talked about it on here, but maybe we'll have to later. But anyways, on the show, we're going to talk about sports, fantasy football, and the TikTok ban.
Oh,
just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I mean, it just happened.
Exactly.
But, yeah.
Got to have that in for the clickbait. No, we'll talk about it a little bit. It wasn't really much of a ban, you'll find out.
No.
But anyways, you ready, Zach?
I'm ready.
Man,
let's get this rolling.
Let's do it. 79, almost to 80. We're getting there.
You're getting there. Soon enough, you'll be at 1,000.
1,000. I'll just keep going.
Just keep going.
Oh, I definitely want to get to 100. That's for sure.
You'll get there.
We'll get there. As life gets busier. I'm in college still, though. Zach is not.
I am not, no.
What do you, for the people out there, what do you have a degree in now?
I now have a degree in sports management.
Hey, let's go.
Just finished that up. I went to Concordia St. Paul. Let's go Golden Bears.
Hey, congrats, Zach. Golden Bears, way to represent.
Yeah, I know. There's also a secret with the Golden Bears. I don't know if they're going to let this air, if the people actually from Concordia let this know.
Ooh, a secret.
This is
redacted.
In case you guys didn't know, for this last semester, I was the mascot.
Whoa. I don't know why I put that in there, but.
Yes, so I was Comet for the last semester.
Hey, that's fun. I feel like I should put that on my bucket list to be a mascot.
Yeah, it's
maybe not.
It's something. I don't recommend always going in the mascot costume.
It's not as enjoyable as
it's very hot. You start sweating and it's like you can't breathe.
So all those mascots look super happy, but inside they're dying.
And I worked with someone who worked with Crunch, the Timberwolves mascot, and he said she said he sweats a ton. He brings 5 changes of clothes for every day.
I'm not surprised. So you have connections to Crunch. Does that mean that one day you're going to be Crunch?
I can't say that.
Oh,
it's a secret.
A secret. Hey, maybe one day. Watch out. If you're watching, maybe it's Zach underneath the mascot. You don't know.
You never know.
Maybe it's me. Somehow I got a chance to. If you could pick what mascot to be.
I think I got to go Crunch.
Crunch is a
go-to. Or the Colts mascot.
Oh,
he is hilarious.
He gets to be crazy. He gets to pie people in the face all the time.
He does his nose does those weird balloons.
Oh yeah. He blows out and then we also know the other thing a blue does. If you know, what's that one skit? 1 pump, 2 pump.
Oh,
3 pump.
the Key and Peele one?
Yeah.
Yes. Hingle McCringleberry.
Yeah. I couldn't remember the name. So he does a lot of that.
You can do 2 pumps, only 2.
Wasn't it this year that the Vikings were playing him and after we scored a touchdown, we went up to him and we're just showing him who's boss?
I think so.
I think that was this year or a different year.
I don't remember.
Oh man. If I got to pick a mascot, that'd be interesting. Not going to pick a hockey one. I'm not that good of a skater to do that.
That would be impressive. Because your eyesight in the mascot costume,
It's limited.
you have no peripheral. You have nothing. You see what's in front of you. Like, I used to be like, I would like wave at a mascot as a kid and be like, why don't they look at me? And then all of a sudden they just literally can't see you. Because you can see what's in front of you and that's it.
Oh, wait. Okay, before I pick which mascot, I just remembered when I was coaching cross country, we were at a meet at U of M's golf course, and Goldie was there.
Yeah.
And me and Goldie are besties because I got a big selfie with him, and we were having a time. So me and Goldie, yeah, shout out Goldie.
Goldie. So we got Goldie on the mask. We got Crunch.
Yeah, we're listing most of them.
Yeah.
So a big baseball guy. So I don't know if I'd pick TC Bear. He's fun, but I probably wouldn't pick him. I want to be one of the mascots that runs the races.
Yes. I agree. Those would be like the best one.
I want to do that race so bad. We should get a group of us here and sign up for it. I don't know how that works, but
maybe I can contact my supervisor. Let me be comic. Also, fun fact: if you guys want to go watch me on Comment, there's some videos on CSP not just regular CSP Bears, and you can go watch some videos of me being Comment.
Go watch them. It'll be fun. I gotta look that up. Did you do any backflips?
I did not know, but we did a basketball video.
Okay.
It was a basketball hype video with Comet in there.
Nice. See, I'd be a mascot. I'd love to do a trick shot.
Oh,
I remember my trick shot days. Give me a frisbee. Actually, that'd be hard to, depending on which mascot you are, you're not gonna be able to throw a frisbee.
No. There's some where they're just massive and you just can't do it.
But yeah, there's a little bit on the inside of, maybe Zach just got his degree just to be a mascot. Who knows?
There's still jobs up in the air. Yeah, no, you never know. Or I could be the GM of the Vikings. You never know.
You could. Let Kwesi cook. Let Zach attack. The Zach attack is here.
So Vikings, if you're looking for a replacement,
hey, maybe the Bears will reach out after hearing that. Will reach out after this.
They could reach out to anybody.
You go on there, but you're still the commissioner of this.
I'm still commissioner of the league.
This fantasy league, so you're going to make decisions based
based on making sure that our league takes priority.
Or your team, specifically.
My team, I need to make sure that I don't think I have any Bears on the team.
Perfect. They'll just get rid of all the Bears players.
All right, I'm going to trade for Marvin. I'm going to trade for CJ.
There you go. You're looking out for yourself. It's awesome. Of course. Anyways, so first topic I had was ridiculous rules.
Oh.
So we're going to talk about some crazy rules that I was looking up the other day. Some of these you might know, Zach.
I might know some.
I think you'll know some of them.
I do a lot of research.
Some of these I was absolutely clueless, especially hockey. There's a few hockey ones and I'm like, really? That's the case? That's interesting.
I'm not going to know much on the hockey, just to let you know. I don't know much on hockey.
I don't know much either, but I thought it was interesting.
Yes.
Because hockey's a unique sport. I grew up in Hockeytown, USA, even though Warroad says they're Hockeytown, USA.
It's got to go Roseau.
Everyone in Roseau says it's Hockeytown.
It's Roseau.
No, both those towns known for their hockey. They've had different players go through their system. And this first one is not about hockey. It's about football, baby.
There we go. That's the sport.
Zach and I just watched the Ravens and the Bills.
We did.
And sorry, Mark Andrews. You got no hands.
He has no hands.
No, he had a good season, but
I think his hands got frozen in the snow.
His hands got frozen.
He fumbled it and then couldn't catch the ball.
Poor guy. The second career, was it playoff fumble or second career?
Second career fumble in his career.
That's crazy. That's wild.
That is wild. And it happens in the playoffs.
Terrible time. And then he dropped the 2-point conversion. Tough look for them.
He better watch out.
Hey, good season though for the Ravens.
Congrats.
Shout out to one of my good friends, Matt Erickson. He a big Ravens fan. Right after the game ended, he just texted me pain.
Ravens fans, you guys get like a small clap.
Where's my applause?
Where is your applause?
We'll just do a little.
You have so many buttons on.
Oh yeah, lots of stuff. There we go.
Wait.
Oh, you're gonna do it. Oh. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, Ravens. Go home.
Football.
EA Sports.
It's in the game. There's where you need sports management. But anyways, back to this funky rule. This is an NFL rule. This one, there are only 2 ways to score 1 point in the NFL. One is the extra point, and the other is
that when it's like Like say you're going for 2 and the other team turns it over and runs it back. I think I've seen that before. Or is that just college football?
Maybe it can happen on the 2-point conversion. The scenarios I've seen, there's a 1-point safety. So maybe it can happen on the 2-point conversion as well. It probably can. So either way, if a team's going for an extra point or a 2-point conversion, I believe. I know for sure it's on an extra point, but it probably has to be on a 2-point conversion as well. So
I did know that.
Yes.
I did know that. I know my football rules.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know, I was a registered Minnesota referee.
This guy was, why Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are getting away with all the calls?
This guy.
Right here. We've exposed him.
Holding.
Sorry, I missed it. You're a registered
Minnesota referee.
There you go. There you go. Not an NFL.
Not an NFL, no. But they do take a lot of rules from the NFL.
Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I heard that NFL. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. I heard that NFL referees they have other jobs besides being a referee, like they're judges or something.
I'm kind of shocked by that.
I think that's what I read. I could be wrong, but they're not.
They make a lot of money.
I don't think they're full time.
I mean, props to them.
Yeah. But anyway, so this rule, there's a 1-point safety. In order for this to happen, it must occur on an extra point attempt that is blocked and either picked up by the defense and they accidentally run it back into their own end zone.
Okay.
So then that would just be, for example, a touchdown was scored. Mm-hmm. That happens. It's still 7-0.
Yep.
It's just a funky way that's hilarious in my opinion. It's like, all right, there's just a 1-point safety.
That's the 1 point. You get 1 point.
It's 7-0.
Has there ever been a 1-0 game at 1 point?
No, because you have to have a touchdown scored to get the
that makes sense.
Safety.
Yeah. That'd be wild.
That'd
if it
be
was
crazy.
1-0 to be in football.
So that's the one way it can happen. The other way is that the defense gets it and they return it to the opponent's end zone, but before they get there, they fumble it, and then the kicking team picks it up and goes out their own end zone. So then the score would be 6-1. Oh, and that has never happened in the NFL.
That would be wild if that happened.
Mm-hmm. So there's this thing called scoregami. It marks every single unique NFL score, and there's never been a game that's 6-1 or all the other possibilities because that's never happened. Mm-hmm. That'd be the day it happens. That's going to be insane.
I can't wait for that day. Well, this year there was an interesting rule that went into play this year.
Mm-hmm. And you're beating me to it.
I'm beating you to it?
That's later in my list.
I'll let you get to it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. That was an interesting thing. That's only happened how many times? Like 7 or 8 times?
Only a couple times, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to get to that.
Yeah.
We're going to wait.
That'll be later on. But this rule to me is absolutely hilarious. The circumstances that have to happen to get a 1-point safety.
That's a lot to happen. I feel like the odds of that are like 1 in millions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. But with how many players have been dropping the ball into the end zone this year, maybe it could happen.
It could.
But it's still, well, no, because.
Maybe if Mark Andrews is on the team.
Because then you'd have to. Oh, what would happen? No, because for someone to return it, the other team has to recover it in their own end zone. I don't know. It's too confusing.
So many rules.
So many. But yeah, that has never happened. It has happened in college, I believe.
Yes. About college, there's so many more games happening.
Oh, yeah. So many. And the disparity of skill causes more exciting things to happen.
Exactly.
Which is why college football is kind of fun.
I love college football.
Oh, speaking of which, are you still a big Ohio State fan?
I am.
So we're recording this the day before the championship.
So you know my attitude after the game tomorrow. What I'll be if I'll be happy.
Oh, we'll find out. It's it's an interesting playoff this year, right? This is the first year with the
year, which makes me a little excited because last time there was a new rule in college football playoffs. Ohio State won.
Oh, so back to back, will history repeat itself?
Maybe
we'll find out.
I hope, please.
Tomorrow.
I've been waiting for 10 years.
Hey, Ohio State is rolling right now.
They are. After they lost to Michigan.
They can't get the monkey off their back with that.
This was the year.
Oh, wow. All right. So that's the 1-point safety.
1 point
that one's
safety.
a favorite. I love that one.
I think everyone always wants 1 point in the NFL. They want to see it.
We want to see a 6-1 game.
Yes.
All right. If an MLB player catches a ball with his hat, what happens?
Oh, I think I'm going to say it's an automatic base and the play is over.
Oh, you're pretty close. That is basically what happens. The batter actually gets 3 bases.
If he catches it with his head.
If he hits it and then someone on the outfield, the defense catches it with their hat, he gets 3 automatic bases.
That is wild. No wonder why they don't want to use their hat.
I think they right away was like, you cannot use your hat to do this. Someone probably did it once. Baseball has a really fun history because of just how old the league is. Someone probably did it once. And they're like, oh, we can't let people do that.
I feel like, though, that would be so cool. That'd be so impressive. Maybe if your team's up by like 10 runs, let's just do it.
Well, some weird scenario where you drop your glove or something, and and then dude takes off his hat and catches it.
I feel like I've seen that in movies before.
Oh, it's got to be. There's a ton of good sports movies, baseball movies.
I feel like I've seen that, but like I've never heard of this rule before.
I haven't either. I was like, I have never heard that come into play before. Baseball has some fun rules. But that one, I'm like, that one's funny.
I don't know.
One I initially didn't have in this list because it's very specific. So if a ball is hit off of the pitcher's, the pitching rubber, where the pitchers push off of, if the ball's hit off of that and then goes into foul territory, it's a foul ball.
That is wild.
I think it has to be before
like the
first and third base, but still kind of funky because
it was hit right up the middle.
Yeah. So you can get a foul ball by hitting it off of the not the mound, the rubber, the pitching rubber.
Yeah.
If you hit it perfectly and no one else touches it, it's a foul ball.
Has that ever happened before?
Probably. I would be inclined to say that has happened.
I would say
before.
so. With how many like bats there are, and
there's lots of funky things that can happen. But that rule is, for some people, doesn't make sense because if you hit the ball and it hits first base or third base, it's automatically a fair ball.
Baseball, man.
And those are where it's like, oh, it's right near the foul line. Well, that one's fair. One rule that I think is hilarious. I was a big baseball guy growing up. Brian Dozier.
Oh,
I remember this. What a Twins legend. Had that huge season. But one of his at-bats, he hit the ball and hit it, like just fouled it off, had a ton of spin on it. It was spinning just in foul territory, and it spun and rolled back into fair territory, and he sprinted it out for an infield hit.
That's great.
It was just a stupid flight because it was just spinning out and then just made this turn and spun back into fair territory.
I think that's what's great about baseball is because you just don't know what the ball's going to do.
Exactly.
Whereas like a football, you can direct it a little more. Baseball's like once you hit that ball,
you get just so many different scenarios, speed. It's way harder than it looks.
Yes.
If you haven't played baseball and you watch it, I'm like, wow, this is like crazy.
It's just people hitting a ball.
Can't be that hard, right?
Only when the ball's traveling almost 100 miles per hour at you.
It's insane. But it's one of those, I mean, they call it America's pastime for a reason.
It's fun.
It's fun.
And they're making it so people can enjoy it even better.
Mm-hmm. Fun outdoor, Target Field. Fun time.
I love Target Field. Every time I go, I enjoy it.
Good job, Twins.
Maybe we should buy them, though.
But we can buy the Twins?
We can buy the Twins.
I think we got it.
They're for sale, right?
Yeah. You're going to take over. You're going to be the commissioner of the NFL and be the
owner of the Twins.
Or owner of the Twins. Okay, I think that's all right.
But I've got to make sure the Dynasty League stays a priority.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Of course.
Anyway, so there's some baseball rules. This next one. Oh, this is the one that you mentioned earlier.
Okay.
This rare NFL rule. It's happened, but
I think the last time it happened was the 90s, right?
Yeah, converted is maybe the right word. This rare NFL was recently converted during a late regular season game. Zach, tell us more about it.
That is the free kick.
Oh, the free kick. Free points? Not free points,
not free points.
Opportunity.
Free opportunity. So the rule was if there's a penalty that occurs on the punt, right?
So in that instant, this last time it happened, that was the instance. But if there's this is the fair catch kick rule. So if the team receiving a punt calls a fair catch, it can attempt a field goal from that spot. So what happened in this last game is that there's a penalty on that, so it got moved up, so they were in range to kick it.
Yeah,
from there because usually they're farther back. So the funniest thing about this is that there's no defenders on the play within 10 yards. And there's no snap. The holder just holds the football.
And it's just the kicker.
And the kicker's just out there. And it's kind of a modified kickoff kind of rule thing. Everyone has to stand back.
Yep.
It kind of looks like a technical free throw, but
it does, but it's like nothing really bad to happen.
And it's super rare. I don't remember how many times it's actually been succeeded. It's like 8 or something.
But I think the thing that was weird about it was, so that happened this year, it was the Chargers it happened to. Right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They attempted.
They're the ones who attempted it. And the last time it was converted, it was by the Chargers.
So they have 2.
They have 2
of the rarest plays. That's wild. So I was looking into this rule a little bit. Part of it was they didn't want teams just to waste time at the end of the game by punting it. If they're in a situation where it's 4th down and there's like 10 seconds, or I don't know what exactly it was. It prevents teams from just like punting it super high and the other team, like they don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But if they keep it in bounds and it's fair caught, then the team can just, even if there's no time left, they can kick it from that spot.
See, that's just, it's a little weird to me. It makes sense. But I was watching the NDSU football game, their championship game. So it was their last play of the game. It was a punt. And they're playing Montana State.
Yeah.
And so I would have thought, that rule could go in effect here. But
it didn't? Or
it didn't because Montana State didn't have anyone to return it. They didn't send any
they're
returners.
just trying to block it.
Well, I don't think they thought NDSU was going to punt it.
Oh.
And so they didn't send a returner back there. And so it just, the game ended on the punt. And which, fun fact, I know the punter for the Bison.
Zach's got all the connections.
I used to work with him at Shields.
There you go. At Shields, too.
At Shields.
There you go.
So college athletes do work, just to let you know.
Yeah. That's hilarious. So I think another reason this doesn't happen is that where teams receive punts usually is not around midfield.
Usually like they're getting around like what, the 20-yard line or back.
At least. Even if you're pinned, you can at least get it to the 40 of the other team usually because you have good punters. And that's still a super far field goal. And it's only worth, and I think it's only worth going for this if there's no time left on the clock.
Yeah.
Like if it's the end of the first half or the second half.
And like, it's just like, might as well do it.
Yep, exactly. Might as well try it. So that's another reason, because if you don't convert it, then the other team gets the ball, or
I don't even know.
I don't
it doesn't happen that often.
Mm-hmm. I don't know the rest of the other rules with it, but there you go. That has happened recently. All right, next one. You're going to know this one. What pregame rule can help a team start the game with a lead?
Oh, is this football?
Oh, this will give away basketball.
Basketball. So pregame is start out with the lead.
How do you start the game off with a lead, Zach, in basketball?
That's actually, I'm blanking on this one.
That's okay.
Is this like when they assess a technical foul?
Yes, you are right. What would the technical foul be? This does not apply in the NBA.
I don't. Now I think going back to high school days, it was when high school kids would dunk in the lineup.
Ding, 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 ding. Correct. Where's my buttons? Hurry up. Correct.
I do remember that from high school.
Mm-hmm. Very much a high school rule. I don't know if it's still a college rule.
I wouldn't think so. The amount of people who can dunk. I've seen like college players even at our school, like people dunk.
Yeah. But wait a second. A couple of years ago in the NCAA tournament, this happened.
Okay.
I want to say. So I don't know if it's changed or whatnot.
I think it's a stupid rule. I really do. If you can dunk it, go
for it.
I don't know why it's a technical foul to dunk
before the game.
Before the game. Maybe it has something to do with the rim. I don't know. Like breaking the backboard of the rim.
Yeah. That is interesting. I don't know why. I mean, high school, I'm not surprised. But NBA, there's a reason they don't do it, because
everyone in the NBA
they can dunk it, and they're gonna let them do it, get the crowd going a little bit.
Because I do remember in high school we had a on my basketball team, he was 6'8", and he could dunk it, and every time he would like dunk it in our lineups, it was always when the refs weren't there.
Exactly. That's the key. You can't do it when the refs are there, because then they can't call it.
Because the other coach could say he dunked it, but the refs
they're not gonna. They can't. Yeah, you can't be like. Yeah, you can't take his word for it.
No, you can't. But I remember our coach would yell at him and be like, you got to stop doing that.
Yeah. And it's two, you shoot 2 free throws before the game even starts. So you can, I just love this rule for the reason that you can be ahead of, it can be 2-0
before the game
starts. I think it's hilarious. So yeah, mainly high school. On here in my notes from my source, it says pregame dunking in college and high school when the 20-minute countdown starts. Yeah. So I wasn't sure how valid that is anymore. And again, the refs have to be there to see it.
I don't think, honestly, and I don't think most refs even care, honestly.
No, especially not in, depends on the situation.
You could have a really cranky ref. You really could.
I think, and if it's a televised NCAA big deal game, maybe they're going to be more on top of it. But yeah, I don't know. So some other unique technicals, you might know some of these. One is face guarding.
Yep.
Because Zach was an official, so
I know a little bit of rules.
Climbing or lifting a teammate.
I have known that. It's just, I think that would be. I think it's funny if that would happen. Especially, I think it shouldn't be assessed if it's like you're down by a lot.
Yeah. There might be a little bit of leeway with that, but I do understand that it has to be technical.
Yes, I agree.
But I think it's hilarious because I've seen videos of someone going on all fours and then a teammate trying to jump off his back. And usually it's absolute fail. Usually he slips or he just biffs it off.
Is it weird? I could see our girls team try to do that.
If Shelby was still on the team.
Yeah, I think Shelby would be like the one. All right, who's jumping off my back? Shout out Shelby.
Hey, she's the assistant coach. So
coach.
Influence. No, don't do that, Shelby.
Don't do that. We need the girls healthy.
But in practice.
You can try it.
But in practice.
Go ahead.
Well, maybe the coaches should just do it in practice. Erica and Shelby put the throat down. But I thought that's just a funny rule to think about. Yeah. And that's where I think funny rules are fun to read about because, someone tried this. And they had to make a rule about it.
Yep.
Because something bad happened. This next one, shattering the backboard. Was a technical.
It is.
In the days of Shaq destroying backboards. They're like, we got to do something about this.
I want to know if he kept some of those backboards.
I hope he kept the rims of those.
I hope so.
No, I know this. I saw a picture of Shaq has a tree made out of basketball rims. That have rims or backboards he's broken, rims he's broken.
That's probably his most prized possession.
That's got to be the biggest flex of all time. Look at all these. I've broken all these backboards.
Although they have made backboards like super like shatterproof. Like
that's where you don't see this rule come into effect anymore. Yeah, but the technology.
Most of the time, if it shatters, it's like some kind of like
usually
default
it's got to be an older
one or like something with that backboard just isn't working right.
NBA ones they don't. Sometimes. Earlier this year, the rim got bent, and they had to straighten it out again.
Oh, at the Timberwolves game?
Yeah.
I was at that game.
Zach was there.
That was when they were playing the Warriors. It was a 30-minute delay, and we're all just sitting there. Everyone was like waiting for it, and then like they bring the ladder out, and it looks like they fixed it, and then they go back down, and then they get back up, and everyone starts booing.
No.
They're like, we want the game.
So I think what happened was Zach was the mascot and he dunked on it and he got the rim crooked.
I broke it. My bad.
Zach broke the rim.
Too strong.
What I thought was interesting, I believe this is true, is that they have an extra backboard there.
Yes.
Or hoop there that they can roll in if needed.
Yep. I'm just surprised they didn't do that during that game.
Yeah, like immediately. They probably thought it was going to be quick.
Yeah.
And
it was a 30-minute delay.
That's got to be frustrating.
Oh, it was so frustrating.
Lots of crunch time, maybe?
Crunch
time? I don't know. So there's some fun basketball rules. All right, this last one. So for those out there, hockey, it's not known as well. So I'm going to explain something to you guys. So the NHL house, you have your wins and losses, but how your standings are determined by points. You get 2 points if you win, 0 points if you lose in regulation. If you go to overtime and you lose, overtime or shootout, and you lose, you get 1 point, and the winning team gets 2 points. So, kind of a interesting thing about that, kind of funky. So, how can you go to overtime / a shootout lose, but you don't get a point?
I feel like if you just run into the goalie, I want to see you just smash that goalie, hit him, just smoke him.
Get into a fight with the goalie. Hey, shout out to the Wild this year. They've been pretty good. And speaking of goalies, I forget who it was. It must have been Fleury for us. He tried to get into a fight with the other goalie.
Oh, yes.
But they didn't. The refs were like, not having it. They're like, no. We're not going to let that happen. But that would have been electric, a goalie fight.
That must have been like one of the first times I've ever actually attempted to stop a fight.
Because usually they let people, go at it.
That's why people love hockey, because you can actually throw hands.
It's crazy.
And all you do is get put in the penalty box.
I could never play hockey. It'd be so frustrating.
Oh.
People just checking you, all these little antics and things.
I personally think hockey is the hardest sport in the world.
It's insane. There's a lot of, I say this word lightly, like luck. I mean, or they have the common phrase of like how the puck, like, I don't know, drops and different things.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting sport. You get a good bounce, like all of a sudden you can make use of an opportunity. I mean, I watched it in high school. We had a really good team, a girls team one year, and they're getting so many shots on goal, and they just couldn't score. And the other team got one chance, and they put it in. It's like, are you serious? But I think hockey, that can happen more often. You get some upsets. Like, it doesn't matter how good your team is, but
I really personally think it's the hardest sport in the world, because you're on the one of the hardest surfaces in the world as ice, and you're skating on it while also trying to hit the hockey puck with a stick, and you're just trying to do all this handling while skating. I'm like, you need so much balance for this.
The ref to be a ref in hockey, I think is crazy.
Don't you need like a ton of training and stuff?
I don't know specifically, but probably you got to be really good on your skates.
You got to be really good.
They make some funny calls now. There's a famous NHL ref, when they do the review now, they're mic'd up and they call on the ice. It's no goal. He's so dramatic. It's hilarious. He does such a good job. I love when refs have that personality.
Yes, I love it.
It makes it so much fun. So you're kind of right. It has something to do with the goalie.
Okay.
So if a team pulls their goalie in OT, it forfeits their right to the 1 point if they lose.
Huh.
So you know how? So at the end of the game, you pull your goalie out to get an extra attacker. Mm-hmm. If you do that in OT and you lose, you don't get 1 point.
Okay.
According to my source, I don't know if it's still a rule. I think it still is a rule though, because it's interesting. I like it because you can go all guts, all the glory, because it's a risk. You're leaving your net open, but you're going for the win.
You're going for the win. Get that down.
So yeah, it's a very interesting play. I could see a team doing it if late in the season they need 2 points. Mm-hmm. They don't, like, if they need to make the playoffs, they don't just have 1 point. They need to get 2 points.
They need to have 2, yeah.
So, but I think when you have a shootout, then you can get really criticized, because you're going to go to a shootout if the overtime stays tied. So it could be electric though.
It's electric. Boogie woogie wee.
So there's some fun rules. Fun rules. I don't know.
Sorry for those who don't like rules.
Hey,
I love them.
Sports rules. That's what makes sports. Exactly. One thing that makes it fun is the funky rules.
Exactly.
You think you've seen it all, but you haven't.
You haven't.
Do you have any other funny rules? I couldn't think of any.
Not that I can think off the top of my head.
There's funny moments.
There's a ton of funny moments. There, you could find like a list of 100 easily of funny moments in any sport.
It's bloopers, man.
My favorite, of course, it has to be the Vikings. It's one of the Vikings notorious, is when Jim Marshall picked up the fumble and then ran the wrong way.
And I love he runs it in, thinks it's a touchdown, throws the ball into the stand.
And it's a safety.
And then they're trying to yell at him and stop, and he's just gone.
He just keeps going.
And I think the other team is like, hey, thanks, man. Like, thanks for the safety.
Oh, Vikings.
That's classic Vikings.
Vikings. Always breaking our hearts.
One that comes to mind, a blooper. I don't know why this came to mind. It's got to be a college game. some dude ran it back, and the band was on the sideline getting ready for the halftime show. He scores, and he just leaps at like full eagle, spread eagle, jumps at the band, and they'll move out of the way because like, we're not going to catch you. I forget who it was, but it's just hilarious to watch.
Hey, man just wanted to play the tuba.
Yeah. Just the silly things they just all excited about scoring.
Or like all the celebrations and stuff like that. It's so fun.
That's another famous college play. I don't think, maybe it's in NFL. It's an old play where the band was going onto the field or something.
Yeah.
And the dude was running through the band and he scored. It's just ridiculous. I got to look up some sports bloopers now, man.
Sports bloopers are so fun. There's so many. Or I don't know if you consider it much of a blooper, but when, what's it, Randy Johnson? Or
Randy Moss?
No,
Randy
baseball.
Johnson. Oh, when he hit the bird.
When he hit the bird.
That's a blooper in my book. That's
It's a
crazy.
blooper, but it's also like just super rare that it was like a blooper like no one saw coming.
Imagine being at that game in person. You're just like, what just happened?
And just kills a bird.
The video is crazy. Go look up Randy Johnson bird and it'll show up right away.
Yes.
Because initially you watch it like, what just happened? There's just a
puff of feathers.
That's the only way to describe it. There's no other way to get around that. I was gonna play. I don't have any sad music for that bird, but or wait, you can pick it. Poor bird. He's got demolished
This is
by
what
it.
happened when the bird.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, there's some funny ones. One of my favorite things recently is they have players mic'd up.
Oh yeah,
And they'll go through and they'll, of course, edit out a lot of the stuff because
I'm sure they're
not appropriate.
There's some words they're saying on that sideline or on the field.
So they pick funny moments, but there's just some really wholesome, especially in the NFL.
Yes.
There used to be the Bills would run out of the tunnel and Josh Allen would give the pregame speech. All right, let's go team. Love you guys. A break. And then they're running out and these linemen go, I love you, Josh Allen. I love you too. I love you. I love you, Josh Allen. In just a really high-pitched voice. Oh, some of the sideline videos I've seen. There's this guy just sitting. Well, where's my mama though? Where's my mama at?
Where's my mama?
Where'd my mama go?
I think one of the best though, like any pregame interview or like any pregame speech.
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston. He gets the nod for best of it all.
I can't even do the.
We eating W's. We eating W's.
He's one of those wholesome. Just look up Jameis Winston funny or just interview moments.
He says like the weirdest things, and you would never expect anyone to say those.
Was he the ones that I ate right back though, or what do you say? I right back. It was bad English, but it was hilarious.
He had a couple this year that people had. He talked about Jesus in one of them.
Yeah, he did. There's the snow day one that was hilarious.
Yeah.
The post game of that he was just so happy. He was just smiling from ear to ear.
I think Jameis Winston's had like the funniest career in his, even going down to college. Man got in trouble because he stole crab legs.
He just got a sponsorship from Crab Legs. I just saw it the other day.
He did. And I find that ironic that he stole crab legs. Out of all the things, he went to a grocery store and stole the crab legs.
What a character.
Oh,
Goodness gracious. We could go on and on.
we could.
But we got to go to fantasy football.
This is what we're here for.
We keep referencing it. We wanted to get Carter today, but Carter's busy.
Carter,
we'll get him on another time.
We hate you. I'm kidding. Love you, Carter.
Your team's terrible, though. We can't talk bad about his team because it actually looks pretty good.
It's looking pretty good.
Looks pretty good.
Also, he might kill me in Minecraft if I talk bad about it.
What'd you say about me?
He might kill my dog.
Zach and Carter have been playing a lot of Minecraft.
A lot of Minecraft. We got a realm going.
Hey.
We have a house built.
It's the winter. You got to pick up.
You got to pick up something. He's really good at Minecraft. He's good at building and stuff like that.
It's creative Carter.
Creative Carter. And then there's
Carter.
me. I'm the nonsense. I create the most weirdest things.
This man creates chaos.
I create chaos in there. I've tried to pick fights. The weirdest thing. We're off on a little tangent again, but
That's okay.
The weirdest thing I built in Minecraft right now. I built like a hanging post, and I tied a cow up, and it's just what? And it's dangling down right above a fire, like I'm I said it's
Like it's on a rope.
it's on a rope.
Oh,
And it's just dangling down there right above fire. And it's just this poor little cow. And I said, this is my grill.
oh, what? Oh goodness! Good thing I didn't even know.
PETA, don't come after me.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
PETA.
Oh,
I love cows, but they also taste very good. I love their burgers.
Hey, the Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A commercial.
Eat more cows.
Yeah, there you go.
Eat more chicken, actually. They say eat more chicken.
Yeah, eat more cows. That wouldn't make sense. Eat more
Cows.
chicken. So Chick-fil-A might come after. No, wait, no, they're happy because
No. Chick-fil-A might come after me.
no. Their chickens will come after. I don't
Right.
even. I'm too confused. It's too late in the day. For
No, the chickens will be happy for me about what I'm doing.
Yes, the chickens will be happy. For
Yes,
you. That's
Chick-fil-A
right. The
might not
cows
be.
will not be happy.
The
with
cows
you.
would hate me.
Man, we really confused ourselves there.
Okay, back on fantasy.
Fantasy football. So we referenced Zach is the commissioner
I am the commissioner.
of the Scrubs, baby.
We love scrubs.
Only the greatest dynasty league ever.
Ever.
Why do we say that? Because we're in it.
Of course. It's going to be global.
It's going to be global. No, we're a 10-team league. Let's go through the roster.
We got
So-
the roster here pulled up.
Let's pull up on Sleeper, of course.
Sleeper, honestly, this is up for a little promotion, not paid, obviously. Little shout out. We love Sleeper. I think we can do a little promo for them.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Sleeper, I think, is the best fantasy football app. And not even fantasy football, just fantasy app out there.
I would agree. I love its format. I've played on ESPN and
And I played on Yahoo.
Yahoo. I also played on Yahoo. I like Sleeper.
Sleeper, so
fun.
don't use ESPN. So Sleeper makes things so easier. They can do a bunch of rule changes if you wanted to. They make life easy.
As
Sleeper,
a commissioner, he's speaking to making his job easier.
easier. Sleeper, we love you.
And there you go. So let's go through the roster quickly in no particular order. We have Mr. Father Figure,
Father figure.
who is Isaiah Miller.
Millie.
So unfortunately, Isaiah this last year, he is now the owner of the Toilet Bowl
The
Trophy.
toilet bowl.
Which it's not technically last place.
It's not.
It's a loser's bracket at the end of the year.
Yes.
Which the first season was the proud owner of the Toilet Bowl Trophy.
It was very fitting for you too.
Gotta be honest, I kind of miss it at my desk because it was very fitting to have that as the custodial manager to have a toilet trophy.
Especially gold. It's golden.
It's golden. It's not a bad.
No.
Well, it's
You don't want it.
you
but
don't want it. It doesn't. It's a trophy.
It's a trophy.
Something. And hey, I wasn't terrible last year. I was 7-7, but I lost the toilet bowl.
Lost the toilet bowl.
It can happen.
Oh well.
So we have Isaiah. We have, I'm not going to say his team name. We have C Knees.
I can say what his team name is about.
Yes.
Plaxico Burris.
Classical Burris.
If you want to do it yourself, look it up.
Look it up. Look it up. So we have C Knees, Carter Nealon, the
Carter
one
Nealon.
and only,
Oh, Carter.
who we're talking about. Carter, he did not make the playoffs first year,
He did not.
but he made it the second year.
He's back.
And he got third this year. Carter and I we were rooting for each other to face each other in the championship, but he got third place.
He got third.
So one of the best. He made the most moves this year.
He did. He made a ton.
of trades.
He also had the worst record last year.
He did have the worst. He has the worst record of all time in our league so far for a season, and he really turned it around. If there was an award for exec manager of the year, I don't know how to do it.
I don't know.
I don't know what we would
I feel
say.
like okay. I'm going off a little of those awards too. I feel like we got to have like this little like voting on that.
little fun
Just
little
fun
awards.
little votes. Who had the best like turnaround? Like
Yeah, I don't know what to call it, like comeback team of the
Yeah.
year or how you would label it, but Carter gets the award.
Yeah.
We're just going to say it right now. Carter, you get the comeback team manager of the year award.
Congratulations, Carter.
Decided on by us,
Hey, I'm the commissioner. I can do it.
by the commish. But yeah, C-Knees, he's got a young team. They're young, scrappy, and hungry.
He's hungry.
He'll motivate his guys because that's how it works in fantasy. Next, we have the one and only Micah Moan.
Micah Moan. Oh, Micah.
So he made the playoffs first year, right?
Yes, I felt really bad for Micah this
This year he lost out. No. He didn't have a tiebreaker. That was someone else. He had a bad, rough start to the year. He has a good team. He was up there in points, but
Yes.
just
I
didn't
think
make it this year.
didn't he have like the third most like points for?
I think so. It was up there.
He has the third most points for and didn't make the playoffs.
That's rough, man. But
That's
here's
the
the
way
question.
the cookie crumbles.
Speaking of, making the playoffs or not making the playoffs, would you rather be like the Vikings and all the NFC North teams make the playoffs and then lose first game, or not even make the playoffs? So to all those Vikings fans out there, this season it ended rough, but you know what? We made the playoffs.
I would still rather make the playoffs. I think you're still
would too.
competing and stuff.
And the whole season as a whole was more fun
Yes.
because we were doing really well.
I agree. I'm not a big fan of tanking or like
Mm-hmm.
just always being losing. I think you got to be competing
Exactly.
at some point.
You heard it here first from the commissioner, the future commissioner of the NFL. No
Yes.
tanking.
No tanking. I have a no tanking policy.
All right, next on the list, we have all the way
All the way to the top.
John Tweet.
Johnny boy.
John's been, what do you get? I don't remember first year.
He was in the playoffs last year though.
That makes sense.
So I think he was one of the only guys that was he the
I feel like he did decent. I don't remember. Wish I'd have this pulled up, but my bad.
he was one of the only guys to make the playoffs both years.
Both years. So there you go. And John was in the championship this year. But
He
we'll
was.
We'll talk about that later. John had a really good team. He was second in points for
Second, yep.
I think so, something like that. Really solid team. Really good year for John. Next, we have I traded Darth Vader.
Bum bum bum.
Who could that be?
I don't know. You tell me.
It is the one and only
Commissioner.
Zach Simon.
So this is where someone actually gets to talk about their team. While we
Yeah.
don't talk about theirs.
That's true. You got to be on the podcast to talk about your team.
So maybe get the whole league here one day.
Hey, that'd be fun. I would enjoy it.
My team, they stressed me out this year. So I'm gonna talk about my team name. I traded Darth Vader. This is probably the most unrecorded team trade in our whole league. I traded Darth Vader.
Crazy.
I got a package for him.
How do you trade Darth Vader? I don't know.
You got to offer up the package.
So,
I got back Luke Skywalker and Iron Man for the deal.
by the way, for everyone listening, this has nothing to do with fantasy football at all. It's just a team name.
It was a thing that Carter and I did.
Yeah. It was a trade behind the scenes. But yeah, Zach Simonson, kind of up and down year for you. Lots of injuries. You had C-Mac. So that's just tough.
That was
There's
tough.
no way around that. You had CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud
Had an off year.
sophomore slump.
Marvin Harrison, who shows potential.
Show potential, didn't show up.
But Zach, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this man with the Dolphins, Tua came back. And this guy has 4 or 5 Dolphins on the squad.
I have a ton of Dolphin players.
So when Tua came back,
I had 3 in my starting lineup.
Zach's team started going off. He was averaging really low, and then he was averaging great. He was dead last in points for.
Yep.
But
I came back.
He clawed his way back.
And I just want to say this to everyone in the league. They told me I needed to get rid of Tua. Everyone's saying Tua's not coming back. He is retiring. I said, I'm holding out for him. And he came back. And my team, there was like a stretch where I was the highest points for like 3 weeks straight.
1 week, Zach and I faced off. I had the second highest point total that week. Zach had the first highest. And it was one of the highest point totals of the league history.
It was like 190 to 180 something.
We both had spots in
Yeah.
the top 5 or 6 like points scored all time in the league. It was crazy. So Zach beat me out that week. It was insane.
I think, my team started out 1-4, was it?
It's got to be something like that.
1-4. They really broke my heart. I was like, I was trying to throw trade offers, trying to do something. I was trying to get like some picks and stuff like
Trade
that.
Master was going at it.
Oh, that was my team name, wasn't it?
Yeah, it used to be your
Used to be.
team name.
And then
Master.
I don't even know what I was in. And then as soon as Tua came back, he saved my team. And then I made a run to the playoffs. I made it to the
playoffs. I was shocked. Full honesty.
telling me.
I was completely like, how does this guy make it to the playoffs?
I was probably my team was probably most undeserving because of how low points for I had.
But hey, you made it.
I won matchups, and I ended up taking 4th place. Carter
That's
beat me
solid.
out in the. I played this guy in the semifinal game, and there was no chance of me beating him that week.
And we'll get to my team.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to my team pretty soon. But yeah, Zach, clawed his way back. He was 8-6 by the end of the year.
I was really happy about
It
that.
was crazy. All right. Next, we're going to go over Chancellor Spill.
Who could that be?
Chance Spildy, baby.
Chance Spildy. I find
Classic.
if there's an award for surprise me the most, I think
This
it goes
team?
out to Chance.
He did, yeah. His team was solid all year. You kind of looked on paper and was like, oh, they keep winning, and they kept
On
winning.
paper, I don't think his team looked the best, but he was like number one for a long time.
Yeah, it was a little bit of back and forth. I think
Yes.
near the middle because my team kind of slowed up.
Yep.
We'll get
Oh, yeah,
to,
that's right. Yeah.
we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. But yeah, Chance had a nice run. There's a nice battle for the first. Unfortunately, the playoffs didn't come through, but that'll happen sometimes.
I think
But hey, he made the playoffs.
he made the playoffs. Congratulations, Chance.
There you go, Chance. All right, we have clueless captain.
He's very clueless.
Well, he might be clueless after this Ravens game.
He might be.
Mark
Mark.
Olson, not Andrews.
Actually, fun fact. He has Mark Andrews on his team.
Good thing you didn't play him.
Oh,
But no, we have Mark Olson.
Mark frustrates me.
You try to trade with him, and he doesn't.
I try to trade with you, Mark, and he frustrates me. But I love you, Mark.
Hey, he's a big dog. He makes sure that
He made the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was also 8-6. There's a lot of teams 8-6.
I think we can get to that fact after a little bit too.
Yes, true. Yeah, Mark made the playoffs this year. I forgot if he made it first year. I feel bad. I don't know the years as well.
I think he might have made it too.
I think so too.
I don't remember.
I can look at it later.
Last year was so long ago. It
Exactly.
was almost like a year ago.
All right, then we have same family, Uncle Paul.
Uncle Paul.
Paul Olson.
The only non-FLBC alumni in the league.
There we go. And hey, shout out to his work on the track and field stage.
He's doing amazing things
He
there.
is awesome. We have fantasy sports. This is real life sports, man. So yeah, shout out to you.
Shout out to you. What was it? Last year, he won Summit,
Yes,
whatever, for
the decathlon.
For the decathlon. That's very impressive.
So hey, sorry if we said anything incorrectly, but we know you won something big. So
Congrats.
you actually have actual hardware from a sporting
You can do
event.
athletic things I cannot.
Well, let's just say that Paul's team, I think Paul needs to be on his team.
He needs to be on. He needs him.
Yeah, he needs him on his team. Not a great year for Paul, but hey,
No.
he actually had 5 wins this year.
He did.
He squeaked out some. He's
some.
got a lot of draft picks.
He made some interesting decisions.
Yeah, but hey,
You know what?
it's Dynasty.
It's Dynasty.
So for those, I should have said this at the beginning. So fantasy football, if you don't know it, it's you have a pretend draft for the NFL. You draft players onto your team, and then your team collectively will face off against another team. Depending on how those players do in real life, they score points for you on your team.
Woo.
So that's that. Most people do 1-year leagues. We're in a dynasty league where you draft and you keep your players every year.
Every year.
Then there's a small rookie draft when you're in the league for a year. So that's a little bit of backstory on that. And last, certainly not least, I got everyone right.
No.
Did I miss Boy of Destiny? I didn't miss.
I can't believe you forget Boy of Destiny.
My bad.
That's the shocking
I can't miss Boy of Destiny because Boy of Destiny, he won the league
He was
year.
the first ever champion.
Mr. Jerry.
Jeremiah Bang. Congratulations, Jerry, for winning the last year.
Yeah, big congrats because his team was really good.
His team was so good. that was no. I think last year I think I was on this podcast last year with Carter, and my prediction was Jerry was going to win it.
This year or the
first year?
The first year. Yeah, he had a really good team. He had a really good record too. I'll pull that up later. But yeah, just stormed through. No one else put up a fight in the playoffs. Really,
No.
not a big fight. It was a little bit more low scoring than this year, but he just won dominantly. So hey, congrats.
I don't think he didn't make the playoffs this year, but he
lost out on a tiebreaker
in the last week.
Mm-hmm.
In the
last week, which is tough. That's how it goes. Hey, last year I was in that same position, and the 7th seed lost out in the tiebreaker.
That's how the cookie crumbles,
So
man.
if history repeats itself, that means you will win, Jerry, this next season.
First
we'll see.
two-time champion.
First two-time champion, because he didn't win this year.
He did not.
I'm going to break a little bit because you never know if you're going to win this trophy again. Folks,
Trophy.
last but certainly not least, Frisbee fanatic. Who else is a Frisbee fanatic? There's lots of Frisbee fanatics, but I am the Frisbee fanatic.
The Frisbee fanatic.
Brett Erickson, last year the winner of the Toilet Bowl trophy. This year, the winner of the Scrubs. And this trophy is heavy.
It's massive.
Let me turn this bad boy
You got to turn this bad boy around.
It's hard to do with one
Actually,
hand.
you got to see the back. Sorry. You can only see the back.
I'm going to put down my mic so I can show you guys this trophy. That's the reason to watch this.
Not because of us, only the trophy.
Look at that engraving. So we have this massive trophy. This is the biggest trophy I've ever won, and it's for fantasy football.
Fantasy football.
So we have Mr. Boy of Destiny on there, 2023. Frisbee Fanatic, 2024. Just put on this plaque. And what else do you get in this league?
So I will do a little explaining too. You get a ring, and there's a little backstory behind that.
Let's get this nice and close.
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that ring! It's a nice ring. It's a hefty ring.
Dude, this is also, I only had a class ring. This thing trumps that by far.
Hefty.
It's hefty. It's huge. It's like a legit Super Bowl ring. So there you go.
Brett won the Super Bowl.
I won the Super Bowl.
So the reason why you also get a ring. This is not the Lombardi. We need a name for this thing.
Oh, true. We do need to name this. We should put it in the Scrubs. Like, what should we name?
What should we name the trophy? I think that could be a good chat.
Because not the Lombardi,
Not
but
the Lombardi.
good off-season.
The Simonson.
Yeah, you.
I'm kidding. I don't deserve the name of this.
the Simonson has a nice ring to it. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice ring.
Oh, maybe the ring can be the sign. I don't know.
We'll come up with something.
We'll figure out. The commission will take care of us.
The reason why you also get a ring, so we got a trophy, right? It's a traveling trophy. You don't get to keep the trophy, unlike the Lombardi.
So Jerry had kept it last season.
Jerry kept it the whole year. Rachel hated it.
His wife was not as pleased with it.
No.
Because I don't even know where I'm going to put it. I have the space for it, Jerry, but I don't know where I'm going to put this thing.
But the reason you get a ring, you get to keep the ring forever.
That's right.
For life.
Championships are forever, baby.
Not the trophies, though.
Not the trophies, but championships. I feel like I joked with someone like, hey, you know, at the end of the day with fantasy football, only championships last forever.
Exactly.
So you can make all the moves you want, and hey, it might pay off for you, might not.
Not.
We'll see. Love the format, love the league. So hey,
Congratulations.
thank you. It has been a very fun year. Had an awesome team. Please. No.
Calm down.
My team was really awesome this year. Had Joe Burrow, Saquon, Justin Jefferson. Last year, I just had a lot of injuries. This year, I rarely had any injuries. Huge guy steps up. I had in the championship. This was a lot of fun to score the highest amount of points in our league history to put the nail in put the hammer down. Like, all right, I'm taking this thing.
He's taking it.
I started out 5-0.
5-0. You started out 5-0.
5-0, slowed down. Still had the number one seed somehow.
Were you a little nervous when you were slowing down?
A little bit. Were you gonna... That was a great use of that sound effect. That was one of the best uses. I was worried because I just had some unlucky losses, and I'm saying this with it was actually a legit thing. There's 3 times I had the second highest score for the week, but I faced the first highest score. One of those weeks was against Paul. Paul beat me this year.
That was probably the most surprising one.
That was the only week I looked on this later with one of the things that Carter showed me. That was the only week Paul could have beaten me, and that's the week we faced up. And then Zach, we mentioned that. There's another time, but hey, my team squeaked it out. I just had a lot of studs that some of them wouldn't have the best games, but then other ones would just go off. So I had really good average scoring, but enough about that. Enough about me. Fun year overall.
Fun year.
Trophy or not, love to be part of this.
We love the
crew.
Scrubs.
Yeah, we're going to move this so we can.
Also, fun fact. I'm gonna bring out a promo about Sleeper again.
Oh, yeah.
If I forgot to mention this, Sleeper offers so many sites where you can look at like stats, different stats, and like you mentioned lucky and unlucky losses. That's also why I love Sleeper.
There you go. Tons of statistics.
I think I had the most lucky wins.
I think so. Well, yes, I think you.
I don't think I had a single unlucky loss.
I'd have to look, but just some fun things with that. Sleeper, lots of fun statistics because it is fantasy football sports, but this trophy is real life.
This is real.
This is real.
Real life.
Real championship.
So if you think fantasy football isn't real, we got the proof to show you.
Hey, Scrubs are a prestigious group.
Scrubs. I'm telling you, we're taking this worldwide. To all you listeners out there, please go follow the Scrubs Dynasty Instagram page.
There you
Little
go.
plug.
There'll be some fun photos on there.
Fun photos. I'm thinking about posting a little bit more. I've been really bad.
We'll see. It's the winter.
It's the winter.
That's okay. Life gets busy.
I got stuff to post. I could post stuff.
Just fun to spot to keep track of the league. So
If you really like listening to the Scrubs, follow the Instagram.
there you go. Keep up with the league.
And we got some off-season stuff where I'll be posting on there. I got to post the championship. I had to take a picture of the champ. That's why.
Exactly.
So we'll put
Glad
some
to have
pictures
that.
out there. Some rule changes will be coming in. So
Glad to have that.
some big news updates on those too. So
So keep your ears open. It's winter. You have nothing else to do.
what else? What other football? You're not going to watch the Super
Well,
Bowl.
you can also follow FLBC women's basketball.
Yes.
Follow them up. They're doing great this year.
And FLBC athletics.
Yeah, all the
Follow the
athletics.
men's basketball play.
Yeah, my bad. All the athletics.
Yes.
So, it's fun. It's been fun this year to talk about. We'll talk about it a little bit, just the articles that we've been able to put out.
That's been fun though.
Fun attention. So, win or lose, we're more about winning in sports, built on mission. What is that mission? Go find out. Most people listening to this will know. But
They'll know.
No, follow all the athletics, but it's fun when your team's doing well.
Wait, you think Barstool's listening to this podcast right now?
Ain't no way.
Mark Titus? You want to bring Mark Titus in?
You're listening to this somehow.
I mean, he's on the live stream.
That's true. So somehow.
Next game, just be like, want to join the break time banner?
So along with following athletics, FLBC athletics, all these things, follow the sleeper. Follow the Scrubs.
Scrubs Dynasty.
Sleeper. That's what I need to do soon.
The commissioner will be posting a lot more on there.
Hey, fun times. You can always ask us about it. Maybe we'll talk about it more on the podcast next season.
Yeah,
So
next season.
we'll do weekly updates maybe. All right. So fantasy football, always a fun time.
It's fun.
I don't have too many other stories with fantasy. It's fun to talk about our league.
There's only so much you can talk about it, honestly.
Next season, if we build up more about it, and
Yes.
have more consistency with it, then we'll talk about it more. But
Maybe Brett can update people every so often.
that'd be fun. I enjoy sports.
Whenever you post episodes.
Yeah, we'll see what next year looks like. But that's enough fantasy football. Let's actually, last thing with fantasy football, let's predict some predictions
yes.
for next season.
I think you already mentioned it. Carter's team, I think, will be pretty good.
Carter's team does look good.
He made some really good trades. Really young people.
Young
Only
squad.
thing.
He's got guys like Jaden Daniels, Jameer
Jameer
Gibbs, Bijan Robinson.
Oh my. Oh my.
Oh my. Bryce Young, who's on the up and up.
He's on the up. I know Carter probably got rid of him.
He's close. So he's got, let me just pull it up. We're going to talk about Carter's team. I should list some of the guys on there. All right, so Carter. He also has Puka Nakua.
Nukaka.
I forgot about that. Trey McBride. So these young studs.
Very young.
Roma Dunze. That's kind of the ones that you got to wait on.
Got to wait on.
Kyler Murray.
We'll see how he.
Those are some of the highlights.
He has Kirk Cousins.
He does have Rashi Rice. Oh, and CeeDee Lamb.
That was a big trade.
Both they're injured this year. So
Yes.
Carter's team is scary. Is that how you're picking to win the championship next year?
No. You want a realistic pick or a dream pick?
Ooh. Well, how
I
about,
think you know who my dream pick is.
let's give our dream pick. So my dream pick is my own team.
Mine is me.
Okay, we got those out of the way. So what is our more realistic prediction?
I'm sorry, Carter. You're probably my second choice. I'm sorry, Carter.
Who's he going with?
I'm going with Mike Amone.
Whoa.
I think his team is good, and the way they scored, he just had terrible luck.
That's good. That's a good pick. I was leaning that way. If I don't win the championship, I want my boy Carter to take it down.
You're going down, Carter.
Hey, you never know. It's fantasy football. That's another fun part about it. You may have the best team on paper.
But you never know.
You might not,
Injuries.
You might not make the playoffs.
You might not even win.
you might not even win one game.
That's what my team was looking like for a while.
And he came back. But no, just, hey, fun times.
Fun times, fantasy football.
All right, last, certainly not least, I thought this would just be fun to bring up. Modern muses is what I'm calling this topic.
Modern muses.
Because recently,
yesterday.
yeah, just yesterday, this will probably all blow over by the time this comes out, but there was the TikTok ban.
Bum, bum, bum.
I had a really fun time. So many people were freaking out about it. And
actually, fun fact, it's unbanned now.
yeah, that was what made me also laugh about it. And I hope that people can realize that, especially the people that were just so like devastated about, no more TikTok.
No more TikTok.
There's lots of lessons you can learn from this.
I was just at Youth Workers Weekend.
Oh.
And I was playing a game, and there was someone there. I'm not going to say names. They were just like, they just banned TikTok. I don't know what I'm going to do now for whenever I have no downtime. I don't know. I got nothing to do. I'm like,
wait, you mean you're going to have free time?
You're free. You don't have to set time.
To do something?
Set time away for TikTok?
To do stuff?
TikTok?
You're going to have time to do stuff? Other stuff?
Yeah.
No, I
read a book.
You know what? I joke about it. And for me, realistically, you know what I think about? Like, what if I had an app, like let's say Instagram or social media, that if it was banned, how would I react?
Yeah.
You know what? I might be a little disappointed, but I would hope that over time, be like, you know what? I don't need that.
Yes.
So just a good perspective for everyone.
Like I have it, but like I go on it like barely once a day.
Yeah.
Although I will say I did feel bad for some people on there who make a living off the app. Like that's like their first income. Like they quit their jobs for it.
Yeah.
And when that was a little sad. It's just like whenever everyone gets let go.
Yeah. So there's some different arguments to be made, but it was just very interesting to see all the reaction about it.
I really hope it's a wake up call for some people. Like
all the sad videos people were making, like, oh, rip TikTok.
I have a coworker. She actually deleted TikTok.
Oh.
So great for her. Don't play a button for her, yo.
No, I'm not.
What she did was she went to Instagram Reels to change it up. So I'm just like, that's not really the.
Just fun things that way. And then I just thought it was hilarious that, it actually happened. It was actually banned. You couldn't go on the app in the US. And
well, you could, but it would give you a message.
It'd just give you a message. And then it wasn't even a full day.
I think it was 12 hours.
With 12 hours, it became available again.
Although I did love the message that they had on there. Did you see the message?
I didn't. What was it?
The message was like, it said TikTok has been banned, but we're working with President Trump in order to lift the ban. I'm like, I never thought I would see an app saying they're working with President Trump.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, I loved it.
But that was just a fun modern story.
TikTok.
We do not have a TikTok for the scrubs.
No, then there will never be a TikTok for the scrubs.
Yes.
There's no plans, no.
We ain't doing that.
I think even the Instagram people didn't expect that to happen.
Well, that's just more of like a fun,
that's just fun. Look what's happening.
Fun little spoof on there.
Spoof. That's a funny word.
Spoof. I should have a vocab word every episode.
Vocab word? Spoof. Today's vocab word is spoof.
Spoof. What is the
definition of spoof?
What's that Apple TV thing goes away? What definition? Okay, actually, this reminds me of something quick that it is super late. So I'm just going to go over this.
Yeah, you got school tomorrow.
I do have school tomorrow.
Imagine having school.
This guy doesn't have school or work tomorrow.
I don't have work tomorrow. Federal holidays. If you ever want to have federal holidays off, work at a bank.
There you go. Or be a postman.
Honestly.
There you go. Be a mailman.
Be a mailman.
So spoof, a humorous imitation of something, typically a film or a particular genre of film in which its characteristic features are exaggerated for comic effect.
Spoof.
Interesting. That's not how I thought. That's not what I thought. But it makes sense.
Well, you guys have now learned something other than sports today.
The more you know. This podcast is slightly educational.
Slightly.
Hey, we taught them about sports and fantasy football.
A lot of sports today.
A lot of sports, but hey, that's what we like.
Hey, you got a little vocab.
You get a variety in the show.
Spoof.
So, sorry, this word made me think of Wordle.
Oh, yes. I love Wordle.
First of all, there's so many different Wordle games out there.
Oh.
Recently, Carter Nealon showed me Octordle.
Is that the one where they get to like guess like
There are
so many words?
There are 8 words, and you have 13 guesses to get all the
Yes.
words.
I've seen like games like that.
So with that, you guess one, and it shows up on every single line. It's fun. I've been playing it. Thank you, Carter, for showing me that. There's a music Wordle. Someone just showed me that.
There's sports Wordles.
Ooh, you already know what I'm going to be playing.
I think there's one for every sport, and they have it named after certain players. So in the NBA, there's Jakob Podol. So it's called the Podol. In the NFL, it was Eric Weddle. So it's called the Weddle. Also, there's connections.
Oh yeah. Wait, there's a sports one of that?
There is a sports one of
I
that.
better be good at that.
You know what it's called? La Connections.
Oh, okay. LeBron cracks me up sometimes.
All the memes with LeBron. La Connections.
La Connections.
But I think there's that one, and there's another connection one. There's like 2 different like NBA connections, because the La Connections is like, how does LeBron connect with all these people?
That's hilarious. I love that. That's so good. Hey, we're also promoting good mind games for people. Yes. If you don't have TikTok anymore, maybe you deleted it and you realize you're like, you know what? I don't need to download TikTok. You can download different Wordles.
Or if you're bored at work.
Bored at work. You can use these all the time. Use that new sports knowledge we gave you.
Yes.
To solve this.
Look up weird sports rules.
Just read the weird sports rules. Anyways, I think we're going to wrap it up.
Yes.
I don't think we'll do an after show for this one, but that's okay.
It's been a pretty long episode.
It has been.
I mean, I think you get me talking about sports. I could talk hours.
We could go forever, but we'll
24 hours stream of. Well, we need sleep.
That's like a punishment for fantasy football. Later, we'll talk about that. But no, let's head to the outro. I don't have it written up, and that's okay. But Zach, thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for having me again.
Yeah, thanks for coming on the 79th episode of The Banter. Hope you enjoyed the show, talking about sports, fantasy football, all that jazz. Follow the Scrubs on social media, Instagram. You can also follow Break Time Banter. I also don't post as much as I would like to.
That is okay.
But you can check out some stuff there.
Check them out.
Check out all the other episodes. You can watch us on Spotify or on YouTube. But until next time, see ya.
Deuces.
You ready for this Easter egg?
Easter egg.
Watch this.
EA Sports.
Berg. No, that one's the thick.
Oh, that's
thick.
EA Sports.
Thick.
With 3 C's. I got words for him. I got words.
Good thing. You're the commish too. What's going on?
I don't know.
Use your legislative. No, is that the right word? Your dictator powership.
My dictator powership.
You know, it looks like a democracy, but Zach is just the dictator of the league.
Well, I think next year, I'm going to make myself win as the dictator.
make himself win. I was like, what did you say?
I'm going undefeated.
You heard it here. He's not even going to, he's going to make it obvious. He's not going to make it not obvious.
No. I'm a good commissioner. I'm not Roger Goodell.
We should just trash all the commissioners this episode.
Oh, I could trash Roger Goodell for days. I really could. I think Roger Goodell, if anything, please don't hurt me.
Zach's coming for your job. It's a fun little Easter egg. We're talking about LeBron. It reminded me of, I saw this reel of funny LeBron moments. And still, one of my favorite things is when dude's got goggles on. An opponent,
yes.
And the ball gets thrown in his face. His goggles fly off. They break. Or the frames, the lens pop out. And LeBron picks them up and just puts them on his face and stares around the crowd like this. It just kills me.
Oh, LeBron, you should retire.
One day he will.
Him and Bronny. They can retire together.
Retire together. First father-son duo to retire together.
Bronny's going to retire a lot quicker than LeBron.
Yikes. All right. Adios, amigos.
Deuces.